Picture this. You're sitting at Thanksgiving dinner. Uncle Jerry is arguing about politics with your sister. Your mom just asked for the third time why you're still single. And your cousin is explaining their cryptocurrency strategy once again. But here's the thing, somewhere between the dry turkey and all the family drama, there's something beautiful happening. You're all there together in the moment. Welcome to Plan Life Right. I'm Kevin Ross, and today we're talking about real meaning of Thanksgiving for business owners, salespeople, financial advisors, and really anyone listening. And no, this is not just about the pumpkin pie or the apple pie and what is the most favorite, although that would be a good poll. Um, but I want you guys to stick with me because by the end of this episode, you're going to see how gratitude, presence, and yes, even that awkward family dinner connects directly to the work that we as financial advisors do protecting families every single day. Let's be honest with each other. Thanksgiving isn't a Hallmark movie for most of us, right? The reality check is, someone's going to bring up that thing that you'd rather forget. The seating arrangements become diplomatic negotiations, and at least one person shows up late with a store-bought pie claiming it's homemade, right? And there's always that one relative who tests your patience like a client who ghosts you for 3 months that expects immediate service. But here's what I've learned after years in this business, those imperfect moments, they're the ones that matter the most. Because, 20 years from now, you won't remember the perfectly cooked turkey. You'll remember Uncle Jerry's terrible jokes, your mom's persistent questions that come, from a place of love, the sound of everyone talking over each other because they're all excited to share. But as salespeople and financial advisors, business owners, we live in the future, don't we? We're constantly thinking about next quarter's goals, business owners, payroll. Are we making payroll? Tomorrow's appointments, future retirement projections if you're an advisor, policy renewals coming up if you're an advisor. These are things that are always on top of mind for those people in sales, for business owners, for those financial advisors. But you know what? Thanksgiving gives us permission to hit pause. So I want you guys to try something this Thursday. And I know this is going to be an impossible request when I ask you, but just hang with me here for a minute. Let's put those phones face down. And I know there's going to be some, you know, people getting the shakes, getting some, issues with not being able to look at that phone, especially when things get difficult. It seems like what we're all doing these days. But look, don't look at the phone. Business owners, salespeople, don't check your CRM. Relax. Don't worry about that client who hasn't returned your call and you were hoping to get something done the Tuesday or Wednesday going in to Thanksgiving. Here's one, just be present. And why does this matter for us specifically? For those in the financial advisor world? Because the work we do as financial advisors, protecting families, securing retirement, ensuring peace of mind, it's really all about the future, right? But we can't truly help people plan for tomorrow if we forget to appreciate today. So, as an advisor, we're kind of in a paradox, right? Uh, we help people prepare for life's uncertainties, yet we often forget to experience life certainties, like this moment right now. We sell peace of mind, but do we have it ourselves? Here's where it gets real, people. I need you to stay with me here for a minute. That table that you're setting at this Thanksgiving, every person there, at that table deserves to know that they're protected. Not because it's a sales opportunity. Let me be crystal clear about this. It's because love without protection is really just hope. And hope isn't a strategy. I've said this numerous times. Hope is not a strategy, right? So your mom who asks too many questions, she needs to know that her retirement is secure. Your brother who drives you crazy, his kids need to know that they're protected if something were to happen to him. Your best friend who feels more like family, they deserve the peace of mind that comes with proper planning. But here's the uncomfortable truth. We avoid these conversations at Thanksgiving, don't we? Here's what I think the reasons are. Well, one, we don't want to be that person talking about death and money. You know, that's a bad rap that life insurance or financial advisors get. Oh, he's always talking about dying. What happens if you die? Um, it really feels morbid during the celebration if you're bringing it up that way, right? Um, and we're afraid of seemingly salesy. We appear to be, or we're afraid that we're going to appear to be salesy with our family, right? The turkey coma is real, and deep conversations truly feel exhausting. But let me share something. Here's what I know after years of claims and client calls. The families who've had those conversations, they're the ones who could grieve without financial panic. They're the ones who could focus on memories instead of mortgages. So, for our advisors listening, brothers and sisters in this business, I want to talk to you directly for a moment. You carry a heavy weight. I'm sure you're aware of the statistics. If you don't, I'm going to go over them with you. 40% of American families would face financial hardship within 6 months if the primary beneficiary or primary breadwinner died. 64% of Americans would struggle to cover, get this, $1,000 emergency. 64% of Americans would struggle to cover $1,000 emergency. That's that's a shame. And only 54% of Americans have life insurance coverage. Can you believe it? Only 54% of Americans have life insurance coverage? So you know what happens when families aren't prepared? And financial advisors, you've seen it, maybe you've lived it. So this Thanksgiving, I'm going to ask you to do something. First, be grateful for your knowledge, but then share it, but not in a pushy way, not with a sales pitch of overstuffing, but with genuine care, with empathy. So here's the action plan I want you to have. You can start your conversation with something like this. I'm so grateful that we're all here together. It makes me think about what really matters. In my work, I see how important it is that families are protected. So, can I share something with you? I'd love to help make sure our family has peace of mind. Would you be open to a conversation after the holidays? And that's it. That's all. Put the ball in their court. Maybe you're listening to this podcast and you're like, I'm not a financial advisor, but I might be, I might need some help. Um, Maybe you're the advisor who's struggling. Think about your book of business. Is it where you want it? I talk to advisors every day. And sales guys talk to advisors every day. You're drowning in administrative work. You've got this business to help people, but now you're buried in the paperwork and you're thinking about quitting because it's like I spend more time in this paperwork and dealing with those of us financial dealing with the suitability questions and how they're tripping it up. And one company does it this way and another does it that way. And you're ready to throw your hands up. I want you to hear this. Look, you're not alone, but there is help. I want you to head over to advisorrescue.net because you deserve to rescue yourself too. You can't pour from an empty cup, and you can't protect families if you're barely keeping your head above water. This isn't about weakness, it's really about wisdom. The strongest advisors know when to ask for help. We have advisors that help. We can take an advisor from 2 to 10 like that because we take the nonsense off their plate. We're building plans for them, and they can do what they do best, which is get set in front of people. And if you're an advisor that's listening to this and you're like, yeah, I'd like to take some of this nonsense off my plate, how do I do it? Look, you reach out to advisorrescue.net, book a calendar appointment, or click on if you're on the social media, click on like, follow, click on rescue, and we'll reach out to you because there is a better way. Trust me, I've been doing this a long time. And for those of you who think, well, gosh, I wonder if I need the coverage. Do I have enough? I don't want to be one of these statistics that Kevin, talked about a little earlier. If you're listening because you know your family isn't fully protected, here's what I want you to do. This Thanksgiving weekend is a perfect time to change that. So, very simple. Just visit planliferight.com to start the conversation. You can book a calendar appointment. You can actually, if you're like, I know I'm underinsured, we just had another baby, or our first baby, or our third baby, or our fifth baby. And if I go, there's no way all five of those kids or one of those kids could go to college because I only got $100,000 term life insurance policy. Look, super simple. You can go right on to planlife.com. You will get the best prices on life insurance just by clicking a button. You put in your information and it kicks out the best policy for you. You don't have to talk to anyone and you can fill it out right there and know that you're getting the best prices and the best quotes. If you'd like some help to walk through it, again, planliferight.com, book a calendar appointment, and one of our trusted advisors, will reach out and we will make sure that you and your family are protected. Because here's why, because gratitude without actions is just a feeling. I'm going to say that again. Gratitude without action is just a feeling. And feelings, guess what? They don't pay mortgages or fund college tuitions or educations. Your family gathered around that table deserves more than your presence. They deserve your protection. So be present and think about, is my family protected? I want you to like, follow, share this episode with someone who you know needs to hear this message. All right, we're going to jump into this, what I call the drama free zone. Let's talk about keeping our sanity during the actual dinner, right? And man, I have heard some of the craziest Thanksgiving stories. I've been quite blessed with my family and my in-laws. We've really not had any drama. I don't know if we're really just excel in not talking about things that are cause things to go off or what, but it seems like it's always been a time of blessing and thankfulness. So I know that's not everybody. And the stories I hear from friends, from family, from clients, not from family, but from family friends, um, it's sometimes it's like this could be a movie, and there probably are some movies like that. But here's what I want you to do. Um, I call this the Kevin's Thanksgiving Survival Guide for Financial Professionals. So we're going to go there first. When Uncle Jerry asks about your pyramid scheme, and he's talking about insurance business, you smile and say, it's more of a protection plan, Jerry. It's kind of like the warranty on that TV that you won't stop talking about, that big 98-inch TV you got. on the Black Friday sale that you've already put your eye on, and you bought the extended warranty, or you got it from Costco or Sam's and you got an extra 3 years warranty. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about a protection plan, but not on the TV. We're talking about it on your life, on your family's life. When someone brags about their investment returns, and oh my gosh, everywhere I go, I that's all I hear. Oh, I did this. I'm making so much in crypto. I can be at a bar and the bartender knows what I'm doing or whatever, and then some guy chimes in, "Oh man, Bitcoin. Ah, what about Bitcoin? I'm teaching a class. What about Bitcoin?" Look, everybody wants to talk about their investment returns. Just just not appreciatively, and resist the urge. And this is a big ask to explain risk adjusted returns and standard deviation. Save your energy. I promise you, they don't get it. They may not, they don't get it. It's way above it. It's for us financially, it's like our geek. We love it. It's like, oh, we're as smart as an engineer in this one little thing. But they don't need to hear it. Just nod, think, yeah, okay. Do what I said earlier about the protection, right? You got to set boundaries with love. And, I would say it like this: I'd be happy to help. So let's set up a proper time next week when I can give you my full attention and not just talk over the mashed potatoes and gravy here or over the apple pie. When the conversation turns political, and yes, I know that happens a lot. Remember, you can't change minds at Thanksgiving, but you can change the subject. Master phrases like, "Hey, who wants pie?" These are underutilized conflict resolution tools. Who needs seconds? Who wants some more stuffing? Anything to get that politician thing off. And with our country here in the last, 8 years or so, it's been pretty divided. It seems like it's just, now we're talking socialism and we're talking capitalism, and the two sides, there doesn't seem like no one wants to talk, and everyone's whatever side is, that's the best side and the only side. So get out, don't talk about it. Bring up, hey, who needs pie, who's ready for dessert, who wants to help me clean up. um, Here's your secret weapon: bring gratitude to every awkward moment, and there will be some. Someone says something annoying, and it's going to happen. In your head, think, I'm grateful that they're here. I'm grateful that they're healthy. I'm grateful for this moment, even if it's uncomfortable. Because here's the truth: one day, that table will have an empty chair or empty chairs, and you're going to miss that drama. I know personally, we've had some family members that have passed, and I miss it. It's is a time when you reflect, and it's some of that stuff that drove you crazy. You wish that crazy was back in your life, especially for this one day, right? So here's what I want you to take away from today: that this Thanksgiving, you really have three jobs. Job number one, be present. Put down the phone. I know that's a hard ask these days. Look people in the eye. I mean, this is what we did pre-iPhone days. Nobody was looking at their phone because they didn't do anything. Now it's like our biggest distraction. And it's like, oh, I can just look at my phone and ignore stuff. But put the phone down. Look people in the eyes like we did in the old days. Listen to the stories you've heard 1,000 times like it's the first time. Because one day it will be the last time. Job number two, be grateful. Specifically, don't just say, I'm grateful for family. Say, I'm grateful, mom still makes that weird cranberry salad that nobody likes, but everyone expects. Specifically makes gratitude real. So, whatever, like my mom, she made the best turkey gumbo, and I miss that turkey gumbo that we had every day after Thanksgiving. That was a Black Friday special. Mom's mom's turkey gumbo. She taught me over and over how to make this. It is so hard, so tedious that I just choose not to do it. But then I feel bad when I don't do it. And so, my 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 boys have kind of missed out on that. Maybe I should try that. That's something for Kevin here. And three, job number three, be a protector. Don't be a salesperson. Protector. Plant seeds of conversation about what really matters. Let people know you're there to help ensure their loved ones are taken care of. So, for those advisors listening, you've chosen a noble profession. You stand between families and financial disasters. Be proud of that. And if you need support, visit advisorrescue.net because even heroes need a backup. And for those of you that are listening that need coverage or think you may need coverage, don't let another holiday pass with your family unprotected. Go visit planliferight.com and let's start that conversation today. Or we've got tools there will tell you this is what you need based on your income, and you can plug right in and get it. Super simple. The best prices you're going to find anywhere, guaranteed. So here's my challenge to you for every listener here. This Thanksgiving, between the turkey and the drama, between the laughter and the inevitable awkwardness, look around that table. Look at those faces, those imperfect, beautiful, annoying, wonderful faces, and just ask yourself, have I done everything I can to protect these people I love? And if the answer is yes, then celebrate that. You've given them the greatest gift, and that gift is peace of mind. And if the answer is no, that's okay too, because now you know. And knowing means you can act. Gratitude without action is just sentiment. Gratitude with action, that's a legacy. This is Kevin Ross reminding you to plan your life right, not just financially, but emotionally, relationally, and spiritually. Have a blessed Thanksgiving. Hug your people, start the hard conversations, and protect what matters most in your life. Like and follow and share this episode. And remember, the best time to plan was yesterday. The second best time, right now. So until next time, be present, be grateful, and be the person your future self will thank.